Doctors are concerned about the many hours people are spending on screen time and how it's affecting our eyes.
And this time they're not talking about eye irritation and temporary redness. They're talking about permanent damage and blindness for adults and children. Meg Ferris has the story in part 2 of our Blue Light Health series.
For more than a decade, researchers at Tulane have been uncovering how artificial light at night is harmful. Any light at night keeps your natural sleep hormone melatonin from rising, and there are connections between low melatonin and breast and prostate cancer tumor growth. There are also interruptions with glucose, insulin, and fat metabolism. Night shift workers have much higher cancer rates. Even worse is the high-energy blue light from screens.
We're not designed to have high blue frequency, CFL or fluorescent bulbs that are shining at all hours of the night, because what that does is it throws off our circadian rhythms.
And that's throwing off sleep and all the repair work our bodies do during sleep in darkness. But now even more science is emerging about blue light health problems, and this time it's about our eyes.
It is affecting one of the forms of vitamin A that is critical for sight, and then changing the shape of the cells that give us vision, and ultimately leading to that cell death.
Tulane and VA ophthalmologist Dr. Rebecca Metzinger says she's rethinking all of her exposure to screen time and the amount her children get too.
The question will be, will we start seeing younger people with macular degenerations with the amount of exposure? Because interestingly enough, children's eyes absorb much more blue light than adults.
The retina continues to develop, way into the teens. And so with these kids with their smartphones, looking at all this blue light at all hours of the night.
Dr. Rob Ross is a retina specialist who assisted on the surgery of the late Mother Teresa. His concern is that this kind of eye tissue doesn't act like skin or bones when damaged. It acts like the brain or spinal cord.
We have a fixed amount of rods and cones. That's why this is bad. If you get damaged, this is neural tissue. It doesn't regenerate.
Treatments for macular degeneration are limited, especially the dry kind. People lose center vision and sight becomes blurry. Some have bleeding in the eye that Dr. Ross can see. So what can you do? Well, Tulane researchers found that natural blue light in the daytime is good for us, but at night it's not. So there are glasses that have a yellow tint to them that are supposed to block some of the blue light from screens. There are also ones with special filters or coatings. Tulane medical students no longer hit the books all night long. They hit the screens to study at all hours. This student uses an app called Flux. It goes by the sun in your location, so the screen color slowly and continuously changes with the sunrise and sunset.
Mainly my eyes get less tired, less itchy. I'm able to use my screens for longer before my eyes get super watery and I'm physically forced to take a break.
I have anti-reflective coatings, but I am a big believer in the filters.
Do these filters really make a difference?
I mean, again, the jury's still going to be out because we need controlled clinical trials. But look, so I'm a retina specialist and I use this every night.
Dr. Ross says cataracts are nature's natural protection from the high-energy blue light.
If you look at some of Van Gogh's paintings, as he got older, they looked more and more yellow because he was developing cataracts.
And now some doctors are replacing cataracts with yellow-tinted lenses when they remove them in surgery. But with all the filters and glasses on the market, there is a way that gives 100% protection from the blue light screen exposure.
I'm a big believer in having the kids stop using the electronics at least an hour before bedtime, because you hear stories about kids that stay up all night in bed looking at that screen, and then their behaviors are off, their sleep patterns are off, and then it affects their schoolwork.
We won't have the answer yet for many, many years till these young kids that have this high blue light exposure get older and into the age range of macular degeneration. But I definitely think it's a concern.
Meg Ferris, Eyewitness News, Medical Watch.
Even with filters and special glasses for blue light, doctors say any light as it gets later into the night stops the production of cancer-protecting hormones.
I think that's something we all need to think about.
Yeah, I'm certainly going to be thinking about that
Back
tonight.
on my time.